All right, ready to dive into a world you might think you know? Coin collecting.
Coin collecting.
But trust me, it's way more than just spare change.
Yeah.
We're going deep with the ultimate guide, straight from the US Mint, to uncover all the secrets and surprises hidden within those shiny discs.
I love it.
Whether you're just curious about the history in your pocket or thinking about starting a collection, we've got you covered.
You know what I find fascinating is that the U.S. Mint, they really emphasize that anyone can be a coin collector, even if you're just starting with the change you find.
Oh, between the couch cushions.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before you go digging for that buried treasure,
Right.
the U.S. Mint Guide makes it clear that learning the lingo is key.
It is.
I mean, have you ever heard of a clipped planchette?
A clipped planchette.
It sounds like
Look at-
something out of a sci-fi movie.
It really does, but it's actually a coin with a piece missing, like a puzzle with a lost piece.
Interesting.
They happen when the metal disc, or the planchette, it isn't properly formed before it gets struck with the design.
So it's like a mistake.
It's a mistake, and because it's an error,
Uh-huh.
it makes it much more valuable to collectors.
So a tiny flaw
Yes,
becomes a treasure.
exactly.
That's pretty cool.
I think so.
But the U.S. Mint Guide, it also dives into like the different ways you can actually approach coin collecting. And I was surprised
Yeah.
by how many options there are.
So many.
Yeah,
It's so much more than just collecting every penny you find.
right.
You know, you can focus on specific countries, historical periods.
Time periods, yeah.
Some people even collect coins based on the finish.
Oh, the finish.
You know those proof coins with their like mirror-like shine?
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, they're really meant to be collector's items,
Oh.
showcasing, the artistry of the design.
Makes sense. It's like a tiny piece of art in your hand.
Exactly.
I never even thought about it that way. But what about like the people who like to go really niche?
You can get niche with it.
Yeah.
You can imagine building a collection around a specific theme, like women's history, or coins designed by a particular artist.
Wow.
It's a way to connect with history and art on a deeper level.
Yeah, it's like curating your own mini museum based on your interests.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
I think so.
Okay, so we've got the lingo down,
We do.
some ideas about like, how to approach collecting.
We do.
But now let's talk about the really exciting stuff.
Okay.
Error coins.
There are coins. This is where things get really interesting.
I know, this is what I'm excited about.
Think about those clipped planchettes we talked about.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
coins that were struck off center. Imagine a Lincoln penny where his face is halfway off the edge of the
What?
coin.
That must be super rare.
Super rare.
Yeah.
I can see why collectors would go crazy for something like that.
Oh, absolutely.
The U.S. Mint Guide has some incredible examples.
Really?
There are even coins that have been accidentally struck multiple times, almost like a double exposure
Oh.
in photography.
Wow.
Or overstrikes, where one design is imprinted on top of another coin. Each one is like a little piece of history that slipped through the cracks,
That's so cool.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Such
So
a-
we're not just talking about like a slightly off-center design.
No.
These are
it's
like
dramatic.
dramatic errors.
Yes,
But that rarity
it does.
must be what makes them so valuable.
Exactly. Because they're mistakes. They're super rare, and that rarity drives up the value.
Makes sense.
Some error coins can be worth hundreds, even thousands of times their face value.
Imagine finding one of those in your pocket.
Change.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we're ready to start building a collection.
Okay.
Where do we even begin?
Besides raiding our piggy banks for error coins.
Right, besides that.
Well, the U.S. Mint Guide offers some really great advice on finding and buying coins, and they really emphasize being discerning. Oh, discerning. Okay.
Before you buy anything, ask yourself, does this coin appeal to me?
Okay.
What's the luster like?
Luster.
Is there any damage?
Okay.
Remember, you can't restore a coin's shine.
Right.
So that initial luster is really important.
So condition is everything.
Condition is everything.
Got it.
Any damage, like scratches, wear and tear, even those little marks you get from coin wrappers,
Oh, yeah.
all of that impacts the value.
So it's not just about finding a cool coin.
Well,
It's about finding one in great condition.
a great condition coin.
It sounds like there's a lot to consider.
There is, but that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
It's like a treasure hunt with a little detective work thrown in.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our checklist. We're being discerning.
Yes.
But where do we actually find these collectible coins?
Besides hoping to strike gold in my laundry.
Right. Besides my laundry.
Well, the good news is there are a few tried and true hunting grounds.
Okay, let's hear it.
The U.S. Mint Guide points us to a few great options, and it's probably not what you expect. Starting with, believe it or not,
What?
banks.
Wait, banks? Seriously?
Seriously,
Ugh.
you'd be surprised what you can find by simply requesting rolls of coins from your local bank.
Oh,
It's called roll hunting,
roll hunting.
and it's a popular way for collectors to find, like, interesting or rare coins in circulation.
Interesting, okay.
It's like a real-life treasure hunt right in your own neighborhood.
I love that.
I know, it's fun.
It sounds like a fun way to get started.
It is.
But what about, you see those shops that feel like you're stepping back in time?
Oh, yeah.
A little.
Those coin dealers, right?
Yeah, the coin dealers.
Those are definitely a treasure trove of numismatic history.
They are.
You can find coins from all over the world spanning centuries.
Wow.
It's a numismatist's dream.
It sounds a bit intimidating, though.
Does it?
Like, do you need a secret password to get in?
Not at all. Most coin dealers are incredibly passionate about their work, and they love sharing their knowledge.
Oh.
They can be a great resource for new collectors,
Whoa, good.
helping you understand the nuances of the hobby and guiding you towards coins that fit your interests.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
But what about those events where you just imagine everyone, like, huddled around tables piled high with coins?
Ah, you're thinking about coin shows.
The coin shows, yes.
They're like conventions for coin enthusiasts, buzzing with energy and excitement.
Oh, wow.
You can browse through countless coins,
Yeah.
chat with dealers and other collectors,
Mm-hmm.
and even snag a deal or two.
So it's like a flea market,
Kind of,
but for coins.
but for coins.
Okay.
What about auctions?
Auctions.
That's where things get serious.
That's where things get serious.
A little bit.
Coin auctions are a whole other world.
Yeah.
They're where their really rare and valuable coins end up,
Right.
and the prices can be astronomical.
Oh, really?
We're talking hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars for the most sought-after pieces. Millions. Wow, that's a whole different level of collecting.
It is.
Okay.
But, what about those hidden gems you find in unexpected places?
Oh, yeah. Like what?
You're thinking flea markets,
Flea market.
antique shows, right?
Yeah, yeah.
While they can be great places to stumble upon unexpected treasures,
Yeah.
the U.S. Mint Guide does offer a word of caution.
I'm Ruby.
Buyer beware.
Yeah.
There's less regulation and oversight, so you might encounter inflated prices
Right.
or even coins with undisclosed problems.
So it's important to do your research
Did
and know what you're looking for
You got it.
before you buy.
Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to something as nuanced as coin collecting.
Speaking of knowledge, let's talk about coin grading.
Coin grading.
That mysterious system for assessing a coin's condition.
Yes,
The U.S. Mint Guide, they mentioned something called the Sheldon scale,
the Sheldon scale.
but it sounds a bit like a secret code.
It can feel that way at first.
Yeah.
It's a numerical scale. It ranges from 1 to 70, with each number corresponding to a specific level of wear and tear.
Okay.
And they use descriptive terms alongside the numbers, to paint a clearer picture.
To make it make more sense.
Yeah, so for example, you might have a coin that's graded as MS70, which stands for Mint State 70,
Okay.
the highest grade, indicating a perfect uncirculated coin
So a Mint State 70 coin
Yes,
is
yeah.
like the holy grail.
to go collecting.
Pristine condition, never touched by human hands.
Wow.
They're usually kept in special protective cases and handled with gloves to avoid any damage.
Oh, wow.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you might see a coin graded F15, meaning fine 15,
Okay.
indicating a lot more wear and tear from circulation.
It's still a collectible coin,
It's still collectible.
but it's not going to be as
It's
valuable
not valuable.
as that pristine MS70.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Sheldon scale
Yeah,
is a way to assess a coin's condition and understand its value.
exactly.
But here's the thing, and this is where it gets tricky.
Okay.
Even with a numerical scale,
Right.
grading is still subjective.
It is.
There's an element of art and science to it,
There is.
and even professional graders can sometimes disagree.
They do.
Wait, seriously.
Seriously.
So even with this fancy scale,
Yeah.
it still comes down to someone's opinion?
In a way, yeah.
But doesn't that make it easy for people to get, cheated?
It can.
Yeah.
And that's why the U.S. Mint Guide stresses the importance of learning how to grade coins yourself.
Oh, okay.
Even a basic understanding of the Sheldon scale can help you spot red flags,
Got it.
understand a coin's true value,
Yeah.
and avoid getting ripped off.
Okay, so it's like,
It's like having a secret decoder ring
uh-huh.
in the world of coin collecting.
Okay.
Yeah,
It sounds like a crucial skill to have,
it is.
but you mentioned that grading is subjective.
It is.
Doesn't that make it kind of intimidating for a beginner?
It can.
Yeah.
But don't let that discourage you. There are plenty of resources available to help new collectors learn the ropes. Like, what are we talking, like, secret societies and ancient texts here?
Not quite that dramatic.
Okay.
But the U.S. Mint Guide does highlight a great way to connect with other enthusiasts
Okay.
and learn from those who've been around the block a few times.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Coin clubs.
Coin clubs.
They're like the ultimate support system for coin collectors, no matter what your experience level is.
So it's like a book club,
Kind of,
but for coins.
yeah, for coins, exactly.
Okay.
You can meet other collectors,
Uh-huh.
swap stories,
Yeah.
learn from seasoned experts, and even trade coins.
So it's like a built-in mentorship program
It is.
for your coin collecting journey.
Exactly.
I like that.
And the guide even mentions a resource from the American Numismatic Association. It's a database of coin clubs worldwide.
Oh, wow.
So no matter where you are,
Yeah.
there's probably a group of fellow coin enthusiasts
Oh, that's cool.
just waiting to welcome you into the fold.
That's amazing. It seems like coin collecting is more than just a hobby.
It is.
It's a whole community.
It's a community.
This is all so fascinating.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I came into this thinking coin collecting was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But it's turning out to be way more complex and interesting than I ever imagined.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, no.
There's so much more to explore.
Speaking of exploring,
Okay.
there's something we should have mentioned earlier.
Oh.
What about caring for your collection?
Caring for your collection.
I mean, do you just toss them in a sock drawer?
That's a recipe for disaster.
Okay, so sock drawers are out.
Sock drawers are out.
What's the proper way to protect your collection?
The U.S. Mint Guide has some excellent advice on this, and they emphasize that you want to avoid anything that could scratch or damage the coins.
Makes sense.
So tossing them in with your keys or loose change,
Right.
big no-no.
Okay.
So how do you store them?
Yeah, I'm picturing like a bank vault with laser beams.
That might be a little overkill
Okay.
for most collectors, but you're on the right track with the idea of security and protection. Think special coin albums
Okay.
with slots for each coin, protective sleeves made of archival quality materials,
Oh, wow.
and even gloves to handle them.
Gloves? Seriously?
Seriously.
Is all that really necessary?
It might seem excessive,
Okay.
but it's all about preserving those pristine conditions.
All right.
The oils from your skin can actually tarnish coins over time,
Oh, I didn't know that.
especially those shiny proof coins we talked about.
Yeah. Wow, I had no idea.
So
It sounds like you really have to treat them like delicate artifacts.
in a way you are.
Yeah,
A well-maintained collection is not only a joy to behold,
right.
but also a testament to your
It's
dedication
your dedication.
as a
And
collector.
it's like you're curating your own little museum.
It is.
And that brings us to a question I bet our listeners thinking about right now.
What's that?
What kind of collection will they build?
Exactly, and that's where the real excitement begins. Will they be drawn to the allure of error coins, those little quirks of history?
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll dive deep into a specific period, like
Oh.
ancient Roman coins or the intricate designs of early American coinage.
Ooh, ancient Roman coins.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah,
You could practically hold a piece of the Roman Empire in your hand.
you could.
But what about like the people who are less interested in like history and more drawn to like the artistic side
Right.
of coin collecting?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
For them, it might be about the beauty of the design itself.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll focus on coins featuring specific animals or mythological creatures, or even those designed by renowned artists. Some coins,
Yeah.
they're like miniature sculptures, capturing incredible detail and craftsmanship.
It's amazing to think that something so small
I know.
can be so intricate and beautiful.
I agree.
And you mentioned earlier that some people collect coins based on the finish.
The finish, right?
Yeah. What are some of the different finishes that collectors look for?
Well, besides the proof coins, which we talked about,
Right.
there are also uncirculated coins, which haven't been used in everyday transactions, so they retain their original shine.
Okay.
And then there are the circulated coins, which show the wear and tear of being passed from hand to hand.
Right.
And some collectors actually prefer the worn look,
Really?
seeing it as a testament to the coin's journey through time.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like each coin has a story to tell.
Exactly.
But with so many options,
Oh, yeah.
it seems like it could be easy to get overwhelmed.
It can be.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone just starting
Yeah, like where do you even
to build their collection?
begin?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The U.S. Mint Guide emphasizes that the most important thing is to focus on what truly interests you.
Okay.
Don't worry about collecting everything
Right.
or chasing the most valuable coins.
Got it.
Start small, explore different areas, and see what sparks your passion. That's where the real joy of coin collecting lies.
I love that it's not about the size of your collection.
No.
It's about the meaning behind it.
Exactly.
And speaking of meaning, let's talk about the historical significance
Yeah.
of coins. I mean, they're more than just pieces of metal, right?
They are. Each coin is like a tangible connection to the past.
Yeah.
A miniature window into another culture or time period.
It's true.
They offer insights into, like, economic systems, political figures,
Wow.
artistic styles, even the technology of the time.
That's so true. It's like holding a piece of history in your hand.
It is.
I remember, like, as a kid, finding an old silver dollar.
Yeah.
And it felt like I'd, like, discovered buried treasure.
I bet.
It just made history come alive in a way that, like, textbooks never could.
Right.
And now knowing what we know about the different types of coins
Yeah.
and how to assess their condition,
Yeah,
it makes those discoveries even more exciting.
it does.
Yeah.
It adds a whole new level of appreciation and intrigue to the hobby. And as you learn more about your coins, you inevitably learn more about history, art,
Yeah.
economics, and even geography.
That's really...
It's a hobby that really expands your horizons in so many ways.
Yeah, it sounds like it appeals to the historian,
It does.
the artist,
Yes.
the treasure hunter,
Yes.
and the lifelong learner in all of us.
Exactly. It's a hobby with something to offer everyone.
Well said.
Thank you.
So for anyone listening who's been, like, bitten by the coin collecting bug,
Right.
or maybe just intrigued by what they've heard today,
Yeah.
what would you say is the most important takeaway from our deep dive?
I think the key takeaway is that coin collecting is a hobby with endless possibilities.
Okay.
It's accessible to anyone, regardless of budget or experience level.
Right.
You don't need to be a millionaire to start a meaningful collection. You can start small.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what interests you and gradually build your collection over time.
It's about the journey, not just the destination.
Exactly.
I like that.
And the U.S. Mint's Guide, it provides a fantastic starting point for anyone who's eager to embark on this numismatic adventure.
Yeah.
It's like they've given us a treasure map,
The treasure map.
complete with tips and tricks
Oh, cool.
and insider knowledge.
I like that.
Yeah.
And they've emphasized that the most important thing is to find what sparks your passion
Right.
and dive in head first.
Hit first.
So whether you're drawn to the allure of error coins,
Yes.
the intricate designs of historical pieces, or the simple beauty of a well-preserved collection,
Yeah.
there's a place for you in the world of coin collecting.
There is, absolutely. It's a hobby that can bring you years of enjoyment, knowledge,
Uh-huh.
and even a sense of community if you choose to connect with other collectors
Yeah,
through clubs or online forums.
that's cool. Now,
Good
we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
but there's always more to explore.
That's the thing about any hobby, isn't it? It's a continuous journey
Right.
of learning and discovery.
And speaking of discovery, I have a feeling our listener might be wondering,
Yeah.
what's next?
What's next?
I mean, where do you go from here once you started building your collection?
That's a great question, and it leads us to one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting,
Oh, really?
the thrill of the hunt.
Ooh, the hunt.
Yeah,
Tell me more.
yeah,
It sounds like we're talking about more than just like heading to the bank or browsing online.
yeah.
What does the hunt really look like?
It really is a hunt
Yeah.
for a coin collector.
Yeah.
It's all about the thrill of the search.
Okay.
Imagine, like, sifting through boxes of unsorted coins at a flea market,
Yeah.
hoping to find that hidden gem or the anticipation of bidding at an auction.
Oh, yeah.
Your heart pounding as the price climbs higher and higher.
Oh, I can see how that would be exciting.
It's exciting,
Yeah.
but wouldn't it be discouraging if you spent, like, hours searching
Yeah.
and came up empty-handed?
Totally.
Well, that's part of the challenge.
Right.
And it's what makes those rare finds even more rewarding.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's about persistence, a keen eye, and a little bit of luck.
Luck.
And remember, the hunt doesn't always have to be about finding the most valuable coins.
Right.
Sometimes the most exciting discoveries are the ones that speak to, like your personal interests or fill a gap in your collection.
Okay, yeah. So it's not just about the monetary value.
Yeah.
It's about the personal connection you have with the coins you find.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But what about the research aspect?
Right.
Coin collecting.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine there's a lot to learn about each coin,
There is.
especially if you're focusing on like specific historical periods or
Sure.
themes.
You're absolutely right. Coin collecting is a hobby that really encourages lifelong learning.
Really?
You might find yourself diving into, like, historical archives, studying ancient cultures,
Yeah.
or even learning about the metallurgy and minting techniques
Ah,
used to create the coins.
that's really interesting. So it's not just collecting pretty coins.
Yeah.
It's like a journey, a discovery,
that can take you in all sorts of directions.
all sorts of directions.
But with all this talk about hunting
Yeah,
and researching,
right.
I'm wondering what's the end goal?
The end goal.
Yeah, is there a point where a collection is considered complete?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And there's no one answer. For some collectors,
Right.
completing a specific set of coins
Yeah,
might be like the ultimate goal.
the ultimate goal.
For others, it might be about building a collection that tells a particular story or showcases a certain aspect of history.
Okay.
And for some, the journey itself is the destination, you know?
Yeah.
The joy of coin collecting lies in the continuous learning, discovery,
Yeah.
and the connections you make along the way.
It's not about reaching a finish line.
No,
It's about the process,
it is.
the journey,
Yeah.
the passion you bring to the hobby.
Exactly.
I love that. And speaking of passion,
Yeah.
let's talk about the community aspect
The community.
of coin collecting.
Yeah. We touched on coin clubs earlier,
We did.
but it sounds like there's a whole world of coin enthusiasts out there,
There is.
eager to share their knowledge and experiences.
Absolutely. Coin collecting might seem like a solitary hobby,
Right.
but there's a really vibrant community, both online and offline.
Oh, wow.
You know, there are forums, social media groups,
Mm-hmm.
and even online marketplaces
Yeah.
where collectors can connect, trade coins, share their latest finds, and learn from each other.
That's cool.
It's a great way to build friendships,
Yeah.
expand your knowledge, and feel like you're a part of something bigger.
Awesome. So it sounds like there's something for everyone
There is.
in the world of coin collecting.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a seasoned numismatist
Right?
or just starting out.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, I have one last question for you.
All right.
What advice would you give to someone who's like on the fence about starting a collection?
I would say don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Start by exploring what interests you. Maybe it's a particular historical period, a specific type of coin,
Yeah.
or even just the beauty of the designs.
Yeah.
Check out some online resources.
Yeah.
Visit a local coin shop or attend a coin show.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by what sparks your curiosity and draws you into this fascinating hobby.
I think that's great advice. Start with what excites you,
Exactly.
and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, what started as a seemingly simple deep dive into coin collecting
Yeah.
has turned into a fascinating journey
It has.
through history, art, and community.
It really has.
It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you
Likewise.
and our listener.
Yes.
And we hope we've inspired our listener
I hope so.
to embark on their own numismatic adventure.
I think we have.
Be sure to check out the show notes for links to all the resources we mentioned,
Yes.
including the U.S. Mint's Guide to Getting Started with Coin Collecting.
Absolutely.
And remember, no matter what path you choose, in the world of coin collecting, the most important thing is to enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey. Happy collecting, everyone.